Okay, so welcome to today's episode of Leighton Live. Now, I haven't actually got a specific day that I want to do the Leighton Lives, and it may be uh, a bit weird until I actually figure out when to broadcast these. So, I'm going to do one every day and then see which day I get the most views, and hopefully we should be able to figure it out, and then obviously um, we should be able to then figure out what day is best to actually broadcast. So today is Monday, what is it? Monday, the 19th of October. And I can't believe uh, that it's nearly the end of the year, and we have had coronavirus now for, well, in England anyway, for like 9 months, 8 or 9 months now. Technically, I've known about it since January, um, and I actually had planned to make sure that I had all the masks and uh, devices that I needed to actually combat it for when I go to South Korea. But obviously, I didn't get a chance to go to South Korea, and I have got the masks from like what, since February. So I ordered them in January, and I've still got some left over. Recently, I've been using the masks that I bought in during the lockdown, and they are washable, so I can actually reuse them. I'm not too sure how good they are at looking after your breathing, and if they are able to protect you at any point. But yeah, I have them, and hopefully um, they are working properly, or as they should. So, welcome to today's episode. If you have just joined us, as you know, you can contact me via the Twitter handle of I am Parity Check, and I would prefer if you use that instead of the email address social@paritycheck.co.uk, but it's there for you as well. And yeah, let's get into the news first, and then we can talk about a topic of the day if there's anybody out there who is uh, who has a topic to talk about. Just put it into the chat, and we will talk about it. Okay, so let's go over to the BBC website. Now, some of you may be thinking, why do I choose the BBC website? There really isn't a particular reason. It's just one that I will go to. Ow, sorry, I just dislocated my jaw. So my jaw dislocated, and I've had to then click it back into place. It used to hurt once upon a time, but I'm so used to it now that it doesn't actually hurt. It's just very annoying. Right, so let's see. Sage scientists warn UK facing tough Christmas. No shit, Sherlock. No fucking shit. I think if coronavirus is still here with us by Christmas. That's it. It's completely gone. My event industry job is definitely gone. It can't really be sustained for too much longer, to be honest with you. And if the government doesn't carry on or allow people to carry on with their normal jobs and normal daily life, it's not going to get fixed at all. And we will be losing out. Everyone will be losing out, to be honest with you. But the worst part of it is that the events industry is not going to recover, and the event industry is one of the industries that drives the economy. Now you can say that restaurants, pubs do drive the economy. Yes, they do. I'm not disputing that. But what they do is not really to the same level as what the event industry does. The event industry will actually feed every other industry, including hospitality. It does include and feed the hospitality industry, whether it be pubs, whether it be restaurants, whether it be hotels. It actually allows for those industries to continue to survive, to profit. And for some reason, the government don't see that. And it's annoying. It's actually pissing me off to the point where, you know, it's just a lot of the people in government, not just in the UK, but in the States as well, it feels like they don't understand anything, especially anything to do with like the internet and technology. They'll use technology like their phones, their laptops, tablets, and what have you, but they don't understand the fundamentals. And that's where it's very shocking. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again: this net neutrality business, it's just dumb, and it just it actually highlights how stupid people or politicians are. I was going to say people in power or government, but politicians, they are so fucking thick you would not believe. And I can't believe that we are living in an age where these people can misunderstand things and then get these passed into law and all that kind of thing, and then they're just running riot like cowboys. I don't even think it's cowboys. What would I call it? I'm not too sure. It's just it literally is the blind leading the blind, because the majority of people are also they also switch off from technology. Oh, I don't understand it. Let me switch off. And that's what basically happens. And it's fucking annoying. It's not hard to understand. Just like sit down, spend 5 to 10 minutes listening to somebody that knows something, and they will make you understand. It's not difficult at all. But yeah. Okay, so France attack. I realize you can die for teaching. What's this about? I don't know anything about what happened in France, but I'll look into it later. UK areas with the most and least trees revealed. Really? Shall we have a look? Let's have a look. Because I think Birmingham has got quite a lot of trees. A tree-lined street in Camden, North London. Fuck off, North London. Okay, so no way. What's this area here? That looks Birminghamish. Hmm. Again, Birmingham doesn't make the list. Alright, forget that shit. It's all bullshit anyway. Did we ever follow science? I don't think so. This guy is a cunt. Pardon my French. Where are we? COVID test delays due to lab capacity issues. What is this lockdown plan weighs heavily on ministers? Really? So yeah, I've heard that they may actually announce a 2-week lockdown, and it'll be interesting. This isn't showing me anything, to be honest with you. Let's go and narrow it down to news. Is this general news? Yes, it is. Okay, let's go to England. Home Secretary to consider pub bombings inquiry. What the hell? Is this the Birmingham? Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is the Birmingham pub bombings. Why is she looking into the case now? I thought they exonerated the Birmingham Six, or is this about something else? The Home Secretary is to consider a case for a public inquiry into 1974 Birmingham pub bombings. Killed 21 people and injured 220. Their families have long called for a public inquiry into what happened. The problem is, though, it was 1974 and you want an inquiry still. I can understand that you're frustrated, you don't understand what's going on, and obviously nobody uh, was forthcoming with the truth. That's why 6 people who were actually there were classed as the people or the masterminds behind it. I don't know the exact facts, okay, but I know for a fact that what happened was a IRA procedure, or what do you call it, um, operation, and people died. And the thing is, like, in the UK, we've had terrorists attack us a lot of the times. I was even at college at one point where, in my mid 20s, or my early 20s, should I say, in my early 20s. Oh, somebody's on the phone. Sorry about that. Oh, it's Twitch. Go away, Twitch. Getting random text messages from Twitch or notifications. Anyway, yeah, I was in my early 20s and there was an IRA. Well, it wasn't an attack as such, but the police or the authorities were informed that there were several bombs in and around the Birmingham city centre. And this is why now we don't have bins in like train stations and other public places now. But yeah, it was quite frightening. I had to walk because I couldn't catch a bus back home. I had to walk from the city centre all the way home. Stupidly, I walked the long way home, but I walked home nonetheless. And I probably got home at like 8 o'clock in the evening, or 7 o'clock in the evening. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I had left the college at around like 4:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. And it was just horrendous. There were people running everywhere. And I think to myself, this is like, I didn't understand it at the time. At the time, I didn't know what a terrorist was. Not really, I'll be honest with you. The only time it was made, um, made to be in the public, in the limelight, was when the September 11th stuff happened. And then, like, all brown people of Arabic slash Indian origin uh, were classed as terrorists. And oh my god, that was such a really bad day. The day after was so bad. I was heading to college, or was I heading to university? I can't remember which. I think I was heading to university, and I got onto the bus on my way into town, and everybody looked at me, and I was like, "Why are they looking at me for like that?" And I didn't understand it. But to be honest with you, it felt like they were thinking that, oh, it's him, he's one of them. And that really upset me. And it's one of those things where I don't understand why people would think that, but they just group people together in a certain way. And what happened in 1974, it was tragic. And even when I was growing up and going into Birmingham city centre, you would always feel that this is still looming over us. And it was for a very long time. I used to walk past a lot of this area here. Like, this is probably, no, this isn't the Rotunda. This is, where is this? Mulberry Bush Pub. Yeah, on the base of the Rotunda. So the Rotunda is just above here. And this is the walkway to go into New Street. And bloody hell. There used to be like bus stops here, which there still are. There's one there. And it was like that whole area would have a different feel to it than the rest of like New Street or Corporation Street or wherever, or even this side here where Mark One is. And it would be, I don't know, it had this kind of feel to it. It was scary. Like, not because there was a pub there or anything like that. It was just scary because everybody knew what happened there. And for these families, I do feel really, really upset that they still haven't understood why it happened, how it happened. But the thing is, it happened. And I think an inquiry is not really going to do too much. But if they can find anything out now, I think it would be good. I think it would be good that, you know, some people can be laid to rest. Some people's uh, emotions can be like eased a little. I know losing your friends and family will never ever be an easy task to overcome, but at the end of the day, I don't know what they can actually get from an inquiry now, but this should have happened a long time ago. This is one of the injustices that happen in the world, and it's sickening, it's shocking, and it's annoying. I do hope that they get some kind of response from it, but I don't know what could happen or what they could do. I don't understand what the legal processes are or what they could do about it, but it happens, and I hope there are some questions that get answered. As it says here, a statutory inquiry is the only way forward. It is such a complex set of circumstances, and a big question is who bombed Birmingham and who killed our loved ones. And that's, yeah, sure, it needs an inquiry. Uh, the actual September 11 also needs an inquiry, a proper one, not an impartial one. Sorry, an impartial one, not a biased one. But I don't know. I could go into this all day long, but I don't really want to. Woman dying of cancer urged others to see GP. Eh? Andrew was dragged to his death. The law must change. What's this? Oh, Andrew PC Harper. Okay. London Bridge attack hero could be released early. Released from where? Cats return after 3 years. Takes the biscuit. Right. Extraordinary Paralympics. Ceremony dancer dies. Oh my gosh. A lot of it's just coronavirus news or what you're doing in the process, during the coronavirus. Just give me some more news. I really want the cinemas to come back. I can't believe a lot of like Cineworld who's actually closing down. But I've been told that it's only closing down temporarily, whereas the Odeon is still going, View Cinema is still going. Let's see what's happening in Manchester. So, Mayor urges Prime Minister to break Manchester impasse. This guy is a knob. I've seen him on TV at Question Time and some other programs, but I don't understand why he's not allowing the government to uh, put Manchester in tier two. Is it tier two that they're asking for, or tier three? Oh, tier three. Okay, so tier three. But he's holding out until um, they say, yeah, we're going to give you lots of money. But what's lots of them, lots of money going to do? They're not going to put it in the right places, and that's what we've found to happen like everywhere since this whole bloody pandemic. It's everything's been so mismanaged. It's fucking pissing me off. Okay, so we're 22 minutes in, and there's nobody watching. That's crazy. I can't believe it. It's 2:33 in the morning. It's probably not the best time to actually do a video, but hey, it is called Late and Live, and it's late, and I'm live. Okay. Let's have a look at world news. Ow. Okay, so I was told today that coronavirus started by chickens in Italy. So I'm going to look into that a bit more. It was a BBC News article or something. I didn't actually see it myself. That's why I need to look into it. Alright, so where are we? Australian COVID rules to be eased in Victoria. Okay, so COVID rules are going to be eased in certain places of the world, and the UK isn't one of them. I'm quite surprised by that, to be honest with you, because there are less people dying. It's just the rate of infections. The rate of infections are only getting high because more people are getting tested. So it doesn't mean that the pandemic is actually killing people off, and it doesn't mean that people are actually infected and are going to die or are infecting others. Thousands rally to support beheaded French teacher. Okay. Don't like things like that, and beheadings and things like that. Deadly landslides hit Vietnam barracks. Okay. Palestinian officials serious in Israeli hospital. What does that mean? Okay. Right wing nationalists wins in northern Cyprus. What kind of nationalists do you have in in Cyprus? I don't know. I don't care. All this war talk is annoying. We shouldn't be warring with each other. We should be looking after each other. Life's too short. Yeah, but nobody gives a shit. Okay, what's happening? Shots fired at Nigerian governor during protests. Naughty, naughty. You sure he's not a Nigerian prince? Where are we? Is Australia classed as Asia? That's weird. Hong Kong protests are held by China for 14 months. Wow. Thai police fire water cannon as crowds defy ban. Right. I forget that. Okay, let's look at business. People to get emergency help to pay energy bills. Finally. So Ofgem will require suppliers to offer emergency credit and put people on realistic repayment plans. Why don't they just write off whole of 2020? No, you're not going to, are you? No, because you want money. Even though every fucking year you post a profit in the billions, yeah, you still want to fucking. What if one day people just completely turn off the grid and you've got no customers? You're gonna get fucked. So you might as well look after them so they can look after you in return. We don't live in a society like that where everybody looks after each other. There's no such thing as the betterment of mankind in our current society. Okay, so Bank of England boss best to act aggressively. What does he mean? Andrew Bailey said aggression rather than caution is best in the face of uncertainty. Okay, dude, tell me what you say and what you mean. Interesting. Firms urged to get ready for new EU relationship. Yeah, this is going to be crazy. We're actually going to be expecting a no deal Brexit, which is quite scary, really. It's scary because we shouldn't even be exiting out of Europe in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. We're a tiny little island that doesn't create anything. We're just a service industry at the moment. And I don't know how, without any natural resources apart from North Sea oil, I don't see how we're going to continue working with anybody else. Okay, so we can work with the Americans and the Chinese, but for how long? It's not it's not sustainable. And the Americans are so fickle that they'll just go off and go to other countries and what have you for their services or whatever we provide. China, on the other hand, may stick with us for a bit because we have that heritage. The Americans obviously don't care about that heritage, they only care about their own heritage and what they can do for themselves. So, working with those countries It makes sense for the short term, but for the long term, I don't see it happening, to be honest with you. So we're gonna have to go back to Europe with our tail between our legs, and we're gonna have to submit the well, we're gonna have to forfeit the pound for the euro. If not that, then we may have to look at other means, maybe Bitcoin of some kind or digital currency. But yeah, we can't do anything. Oh, I've got one viewer. Hello, one viewer. How are you? Are you there? They're probably watching from a TV. Thanks for joining my live stream. Right, okay, so let's have a look. Coronavirus drives shop closures to new record. No way. That was gonna be obvious. There's so many businesses closing down. It's horrendous. What's this? Wow, okay. That's quite steep, isn't it? Sheldon. Where the hell's Sheldon? Yeah, look at this. This is shocking. This is a 5-year trend and shops being closed. Hmm. Firms warn of catastrophic impact of virus rules. Yeah, these stupid rules, they don't make any sense and they are not the reason why infections are getting higher. But it is what it is, and they are being the government and they can say whatever they like and people are going to start believing it. So, for a little quote, I can't do a poll on this system, unfortunately, but what I want to do is just gauge everybody's um, opinions and experiences and feedback and that kind of thing. So, the first thing I would like everyone to reply as a tweet to is the fact, well, the question is that have you tested yourself for coronavirus? Were you positive or negative? And whatever the result is, stick it in the chat or else tweet it to me at I am parity check. And yeah, I'll share the results with everybody. So, have you had your coronavirus test? Was it positive or negative? You don't have to actually say if it's positive or negative if you don't want to. But did you have a test? Do you want a test? Or do you not want a test? Or do you not care? I need to get some kind of poll system up for the next show, so I'll look into that. But if you can answer that, that would be great. So back to the news. Let's see. Drivers to be banned from picking up phones. Okay, I totally agree with this. Even though I use my phone while I'm driving, that's only to accept orders for when I'm doing delivery. Other times I do not touch it at all. I use Google Voice to actually change whatever I need to change, and it works pretty fine, pretty well. And I see so many people still hold their phone or be on the phone uh, with their hand right next to their ear, and they obviously their phone next to their ear, and driving with one hand. And it's like, what the hell? Are you really in control of your vehicle? I don't think so. And then they weave in and out and that kind of stuff, and it's just annoying. And I always say to them, I hope your car explodes. It's bad, but it is annoying. Like, there isn't a conversation you could have that's so important that you need to pick up the phone while you're driving and start talking to somebody, because you're not paying attention to anything else. You can be the best driver in the world and you can still have an accident. Yeah, so I think this comes in into law in January. Does it say when it's coming into law? Mm, no, it doesn't. That's weird. I'm sure it was January. Yeah, so basically you get a 6 penalty points and a £200 fine. That's crazy. Okay, so what's this? UK's trade talks with EU are over, says number 10. No, really? They were over from fucking day one. 1,000 more shop workers, jobs to go. Oh my god. It doesn't get any better, does it? Let's see. Shall we go to politics? No, we won't. Let's go to tech. Let's see what's happening in the world of tech. You used our smart doorbell camera to track me. Wow. Okay, so I was thinking this the other day. I went to deliver food to a place that had a Ring doorbell, and I thought to myself, how have they got this connected? How is it being powered? And I came to the conclusion that it was powered by a battery, not cabled wire to like a socket, electrical socket. And I thought, you know what? Somebody, if they were clever enough to drain your batteries or swap your batteries out and gain entrance to your home without being tracked or recorded, and you'd be none the wiser. And I thought, like, there's a very inherent weakness in these kind of smart doorbells and other like security systems that you would have. And yeah, I guess it could happen. Let's see what they're talking about in here. Excuse me. Smart speakers, tracking apps, and key logging software are among products that have made it easier for perpetrators to maintain control of victims and continue abuse. Okay, it's a bit to maintain control of victims and continue abuse. That's not quite right, is it, really? To maintain control of your home, possibly, yeah, and continue abuse. Well, you don't know they're abusing anyone, really. Not physically, obviously, but abusing computer systems, yes, I guess so. Uh, Now, this is mainly talking about domestic violence because there was a case this morning, was it? Yeah, I think it was this morning or yesterday, where a lady was being tracked by her husband, and he had the ability to check where she is at any point of any day, at any time. It was just crazy. And um, he would use smart devices for that particular fact, and it was crazy. Sorry, I'm just moving position at the moment. Yeah, so what he would do is actually use his Google Home or Alexa or something to see where she is. And if she's left the house, then there would be a tracker on her phone, which would then alert him that she's out of the vicinity or something. So this guy created a platform. Well, I don't think he created a platform, but he created a set of instructions for all the smart devices in his home and on his wife's phone to actually track her. It was interesting, and then he would obviously act upon what he discovered. And this, oh, actually, he might say here, when he left the house, that's when I started to see that he was using the Ring doorbell camera to track me, says Kate, who is using a pseudonym. Okay. She is referring to Amazon's internet connected security device. It triggers alerts when it detects motion in front of a home and allows live footage or recordings to be watched from afar. He would set up all the accounts, says Sue, who is also using an alias. He would set up family sharing on things. Okay. He would drop in from outside. He could drop in from outside, or he could go to someone's house and ring the Alexa when we were at home. Okay. It's very clever, and I've always thought that it's open for abuse using these kind of devices. And being a computer guy or a software and hardware computer person, I could see that, but it's just one of those things. People, for the sake of an easy life, they will give away all their freedoms, uh, for having an easy life, which to some extent is okay. But you don't know what's happening with these devices, who is connected to them, and if it's constantly on the internet, you don't know who can access it. You can access it by accident, maybe, and somebody can be watching you and your family, watching your kids. It's freaky. That's why you need to have some kind of rules and regulations behind it. Now, I don't want the internet to be regulated at all, but the actual devices, I think there should be more control for an individual user. So, say if you do have multiple people on a Alexa or a Google device, you should be able to log in separately and then be classed as, okay, home or group or family group kind of account. And then if you wanted to be taken off it, you should be able to be taken off it from your own device. There's loads of things you can do. It's just that I don't think these Silicon Valley people have actually thought about this kind of thing. And it's crazy. And it does lead to things like this, domestic abuse. And it's not just domestic abuse, it can be corporate abuse, it could be corporate corporate espionage and that kind of thing. Anything can be possible if these devices are all connected to the internet. It's called the Internet of Things, but it should be called the Internet of Security first. You need that security layer first before anything. Then people should be happy to use these devices. I know a lot of people that are like, oh, I want one of those, but I can't see it happening because I don't want everyone knowing what I'm doing, and don't want like pictures being shared with the rest of the family that only I and my husband will take, or me and my boyfriend will take, or me and my wife will take, etc. And yeah, it's crazy that we still don't have any proper protection. All right, so next um, subject. So British Airways fined 20 million over data breach. That's nothing new. Drive. Okay, we read that one already. Twitter changes policy after Biden article block. Okay, don't care about that. Tech tent. Who needs 5G? Nobody, because they can't even get 2G right. They can't even get 3G right. I'm still having problems with 4G in certain areas of Birmingham, especially when I'm delivering or collecting from KFC. Oh, Twitter suffers major platform outage. Yes, so the last time I did a Leighton Live, Twitter was down. So let's find out why it was down. Major outage affects users around the world, around the world. Okay, so the social media giant said the issue was caused by an inadvertent change it made to its internal systems. Ha ha, you crazy people. You need to test these things before you make any versions live. Come on. That's just software programming 101. People in countries including the US and UK were unable to use the platform for more than an hour, with many receiving error messages. Sorry, just dislocated my jaw again. According to Down Detector, reports of problems with Twitter began to spike at around 9:30 GMT on Thursday. It said users from around the world, including Japan, Australia, Argentina, and France, had reported being unable to use the platform. Okay. So they were updating something on their systems. That's interesting. Why would it knock out the ability to post? YouTube cracks down on QAnon conspiracy theory. What's this? To purge harmful conspiracy theories. What's QAnon conspiracy? I need to find this out. The company said it would ban material targeting a person or group with conspiracy theories that have been used to justify violence, such as QAnon. What is QAnon? The movement alleges US President Donald Trump is battling a cabal of elite Satan worshipping. Okay. FBI last year issued a warning about conspiracy theory driven domestic extremists and ethic. Okay. That's interesting. Wow. You have to have a buzzword for everything nowadays. What else have we got? Let's go to health. Let's see what health says. Did we ever follow the science? No, we never. COVID patients less likely to die than in April. How? Because we haven't got a vaccine. You don't really need a vaccine. Coronavirus infection still rising rapidly. Okay. This is interesting. A higher ethnic death risk not linked to health. What's it linked to? Genetics? Black African, Black Caribbean, Bangladeshi, Pakistani women were nearly twice as likely as white women to have died with COVID-19. Ooh. Okay. Men and women from Indian mixed ethnicities were roughly 50 more. Okay. I reckon there's going to be a massive brain drain, seriously, by the end of the year. There's so many people that are out of work, and there's so many people that have died, apparently, all over the world. And yeah, there's going to be a shortage of people in certain jobs. So the people that are available for these jobs, God knows if they're going to get these jobs, and they might not even apply for these jobs. I hope they do, because otherwise we will have a brain drain, and then we're going to have to import people in from other countries. Now, I don't mind importing people in from different countries. My family were economic migrants, and yeah, we've helped this country, helped the economy to grow to what it is today. But yeah, we need to do something. Wow, is that Gordon Brown? What the crap's happened to him? He's still got that silly haircut. It's crazy how people you've seen in their heyday and they've been away from the limelight for a while, and then suddenly they're back and they look completely fucked. Okay, entertainment and arts. So we're down to entertainment and arts now. First same-sex pair revealed as Strictly Begins. Oh right, okay. So somebody, not in my friends group, but in my friends group, put something up on Facebook saying, "What do you feel about same-sex dancing?" And it was just stupid. It's like, what the hell? It doesn't even matter. But yeah, apparently to this person it did. So I just put a little statement saying, well, nobody can outshine me dancing by myself. Gosh, it's just silly. To be honest with you, this entertainment section is not that great. Movie tells Greta Thunberg's coming of age story. What coming of age? There really isn't any decent news, as we know. What's this? Sherrick misses out on World Championship. Do you know what? I'm quite interested in darts as a sport to watch. I have watched it a few times on the final, and I haven't really followed it like all the way through the tournament, but it's actually quite good. You can get behind it. It's pretty crazy in that respect. Okay, guys, so that was the news. I've got one person watching, and it's nearly 3 o'clock in the morning, and I think I will call it a night, which is a shame because it would be nice to see if any of you had your own questions or any advice you wanted to be dealt with today. As you know, you can contact me via Twitter on the Twitter handle of I am Parity Check, and alternatively, you can email me at social@paritycheck.co.uk, or you can use this chat on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So if there's no questions or anything, I will stop the broadcast there. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you.